to be able to stand in any space that you spend your money for anything else. If you're gonna spend your money to watch a mainstream show and be entertained, you should be able to come over here and...
All right, y'all, brace yourselves because things are about to get wild. Imagine this. You're at a high-energy gospel concert in the heart of Jamaica, and the headliner, none other than Kirk Franklin himself, steps on stage. But instead of inspiring worship vibes, he sparks a firestorm of controversy. Yep, you're not dreaming. What exactly did Kirk do to get Jamaicans calling him out? And how did he respond? Oh, honey, stay with me because you're not going to believe the tea we've uncovered. So here's the backstory. Earlier this year, Kirk Franklin performed in Jamaica, and as always, the man brought his A game, or so he thought, decked out in what he considered weather-appropriate attire and pulling out his signature dance moves. Kirk had no idea that his performance would ruffle feathers. From gyrating dance moves to his casual clothing, many Jamaicans found his actions to be downright disrespectful during what was supposed to be a worship experience. Oof. In Jamaica, Christianity is taken very seriously, and there's an unspoken expectation to dress and act modestly during worship. Kirk, however, showed up in a tank top and shorts, and let's just say his dance moves had some people clutching their pearls. The backlash was swift, with many accusing him of overshadowing the message of faith with his antics. And when Kirk finally got wind of the uproar, he issued a public apology. But was it enough? All right, let's talk about that apology. In his statement, Kirk acknowledged the offense caused, admitting that he didn't realize his attire and performance would be problematic. He emphasized that his intent was never to disrespect anyone and promised to do better. And he didn't stop there.
My choice of attire, which as a team we thought was going to be fine, being outside in the weather, was going to be something that would not come across as disrespectful.
Kirk went on to talk about how he's constantly learning and growing, both as a man and as a messenger of faith. But wait, here's where things get interesting. Some fans thought his apology seemed more like damage control than genuine remorse. What do you think? Comment below because we need to unpack this together. Now, let's dive deeper. This isn't the first time Kirk Franklin has faced criticism for his behavior. Remember that infamous moment with the Clark sisters? Yep, the time he was twerking on stage, leaving everyone, including the Clark sisters themselves, visibly uncomfortable. Kirk later admitted he plays too much and sometimes forgets to separate his backstage persona from his stage presence. And honestly, that's a recurring theme with him. It's like Kirk's personality is this larger-than-life force, but sometimes it's just too much. But hold up, let's get back to Jamaica. Why was this incident such a big deal? According to one Jamaican commenter, it's not just about clothing or dance moves. It's about cultural and religious values. In Jamaica, worship is deeply reverent, and any behavior that comes across as flamboyant or irreverent can be seen as disrespectful. So, when Kirk's performance didn't align with these values, it struck a nerve. Here's the kicker. Not everyone was upset. Plenty of people, including fans and even some Jamaicans, came to Kirk's defense. They argued that his attire was perfectly reasonable for the tropical climate and that his dance moves were just his way of expressing joy.
I spent most of my career dancing and moving around and jumping on stage, that I didn't know that I would ever do anything that would ever offend anyone in any community.
One commenter even said, people need to stop tripping and get a life, but the divide was clear. While some saw no issue, others felt Kirk had crossed a line. Fast forward to today, and the controversy hasn't entirely died down. Social media is still buzzing with debates about the incident, and Kirk, well, he's been staying relatively quiet, focusing on his music and ministry. But one thing's for sure, this experience has been a learning moment for him.
I sincerely apologize because I never want to get to a place that I can't learn what I need to do better, what I can do different to make sure that as I grow as a man, grow physically, or in any aspect, that I'm always being humble enough.
Whether you're team Kirk did nothing wrong or team he needs to tone it down, this saga has definitely got people talking. Now, let's address the bigger picture. This isn't just about Kirk Franklin or even about Jamaica. It's about the fine line artists have to walk when balancing personal expression with cultural and religious sensitivities. For Kirk, his performances are an extension of his personality, vibrant, energetic, and unapologetically bold. But when does that boldness become too much? And how can artists like Kirk navigate these tricky waters without alienating their audience? Adding to the complexity, Kirk's career has always thrived on pushing boundaries. From blending gospel with contemporary beats to collaborating with mainstream artists, he's no stranger to controversy. But maybe that's what makes him so captivating. Fans love his boldness, but detractors argue that his antics can sometimes distract from the spiritual message he's trying to convey. So, how does he strike the perfect balance? That's the million-dollar question. Another thing to consider is how social media amplifies these controversies. A single clip can go viral in minutes, with thousands weighing flying in from all over the world. For better or worse, this means public figures like Kirk have to be even more careful about how their actions might be perceived, even if their intentions are pure. The stakes have never been higher. Let's also not forget the importance of cultural awareness. Jamaica has its own unique way of celebrating faith, one that emphasizes modesty and reverence. For someone like Kirk, who thrives on high-energy performances, understanding and respecting these cultural nuances could make all the difference in how his art is received. Finally, we can't ignore the role of personal growth in all of this. Kirk's willingness to apologize and learn from his mistakes shows humility, a quality that's all too rare in the public eye. Whether or not people accept his apology, his response demonstrates a commitment to growth, and that's something we can all respect. As we wrap this up, let's take a moment to reflect. Kirk's story is a reminder that intentions don't always translate into impact. What might seem harmless to one person can be deeply offensive to another. And in today's hyper-connected world, where every action is scrutinized, public figures have to be more mindful than ever. So what's next for Kirk Franklin? Will he take this as a lesson and adapt his performances to be more culturally sensitive? Or will he stick to his guns, continuing to be the unapologetically bold artist we all know? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, we'll be watching. And honey, you already know there'll be more tea to spill. If you've made it this far, drop a comment with your thoughts. Was Kirk out of line, or are people overreacting? Let's get the conversation going, because I am dying to know what y'all think. And hey, don't forget to like and subscribe for more juicy updates. You know I've got you covered.